Hey, today we are going to continue our study of the Civil War by discussing bringing the war to an end. End of 1863. With success at Gettysburg and Vicksburg, the war is going in favor of the Union forces, but 3 years of war has taken its toll on the nation. The upcoming presidential election could determine, more than any battle, the fate of the nation. Ulysses S. Grant defeats the Confederate defenses of Vicksburg in July 1863. November 1863, Lincoln gives the Gettysburg Address, and Robert E. Lee retreats from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania in July 1863 and returned to Virginia. Bringing the war to an end. March 10, 1864. Abraham Lincoln appoints General Ulysses S. Grant as commander of all U.S. forces. For the first time, one commander will be in charge of the entire Union Army. General Grant moves himself to the Eastern Front to move on the Confederate capital, Richmond, Virginia. Union General William T. Sherman will move toward the capture of Atlanta. Atlanta is a railroad hub and a city that manufactures a number of goods for the Confederacy. This is just a list of dates, things that were going on. This is an illustration. While the war rages on and battles are being fought, the presidential election of 1864 is underway. Abraham Lincoln runs for re-election in his campaign against former General George B. McClellan. This is a poster on the left of the Democratic ticket and a poster on the right of the Republican ticket. Lincoln wins the election. America chose, through the election of Abraham Lincoln, to continue fighting the war. On the left, you'll see an image of Lincoln giving his second inaugural address on March 4, 1865. Then the Confederates surrender. These are the events that led up to this. On April 2, 1865, the Union breaks through the defenses of Petersburg. On April 3, 1865, Union troops took over Richmond, the Confederate capital. On April 9, 1865, Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrenders at Appomattox, Virginia. Later in April, on the Western Front, Confederate General Joseph Johnston will surrender to General William T. Sherman. On April 4, 1865, Abraham Lincoln is assassinated by Confederate sympathizer John Wilkes Booth. That means he was killed. The country mourns the loss, and the former Confederacy does not rejoice. Rather, they too feel the loss as well. Now they have to rebuild. After the surrender and the assassination of the nation's leader, the incredibly difficult task of rebuilding and reunifying the country begins. On the left, you'll see Richmond in ruins. Why does this matter? Why does the end of the war matter to us today? Consider who won the conflict and the structure of the Union today. Consider who lost the conflict and if there are any signs of a lost war in that region. Consider the people the war impacted. Consider laws and rights that were tested, strengthened, and changed.